Hello, 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 hello. Hey, I'm Loz, and me and my dad have been travelling and living in our van Daisy for the past month now. Travelling around Spain and Portugal trying to find a property, although we haven't even viewed a property yet. So today is the first day where we actually get to view a property. So let's go. So we found an estate agent that we like. At least we're going to try them out. And we met them this morning, insert clip, and discussed what we want, places we want to view, and our different criteria for the property that we're looking for. And now we're going to follow them to 3 properties today. Let's see if we can find anything we like. So we're following this white Jeep looking thing, and that's the agents, and they're taking us to some potential properties. So we followed the white Jeep. Well, it wasn't a Jeep, it was actually a Mitsubishi, further and further out of the city. We had to get some cold water because it was bloody boiling. Apparently it was the hottest day of the year so far, so we weren't prepared for the heat. But eventually we got further out into the sticks, made our way through these little villages and enjoyed a nice ice lolly as well to keep the morale high. And you could tell when we got onto the gravel tracks that we were getting close. Just like we're in. So we're looking for land to renovate and turn into a healing centre and potentially Airbnbs just to keep the money flow coming in. So we're looking for something quite unique, and we both said to each other, it's all about the feel of the property. If it feels right, then we're on to a winner.
Sit here, the car is always very dusty because you can imagine everywhere. And then because we bring dogs and cats inside, because we rescue dogs, bed treaters, and abandoned, we rescue a bunch of them. Yeah, it's okay, Peter. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah. No, and to the other ones, because they're it's a way we can talk and some other days I have bad ideas, so I hope you catch me in the So, Peter, this is the one, that's why I bring you here first.
That's okay. Oh, great. Brilliant. So we made it to property number 1, and this is one that Dad had on his list that he wanted to view. There was a few ponds and loads of fruit trees, olives, oranges, cherries, which is definitely a bonus. But the land was very barren, if you want to say, or all the soil had been turned up. Obviously we could plant grass and make it more green again, but this did turn us off the property a little bit. Also, there wasn't much shady areas, and we want to kind of create pockets of paradise, little pockets of paradise, so we need things to be secluded, and this didn't have much of that. But it was a good first property to view, even if it was a bit dirty and dusty.
Okay. Down is the big.
And there was one little ruin which I didn't get footage of.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I like it. I like it. It's got a nice. Yeah, the size is good.
Okay.
Do you think, Loz? Yeah, no, it's a bit star.
What you like.
Got a little building.
Don't you like? Okay.
If it had more of this sort of thing in it.
Yeah.
More trees, more undulation. up and down,
Oh yeah, what you like that? Yeah.
up and down. More stones, more, you know.
More mountains.
Okay, the property start here.
On the left side, on the corner.
Oh, just
The
there.
grapes is below.
So then we got to property number 2, which definitely felt better. It's a nicer vibe. There were more kind of levels and layers to it, which Dad liked.
Okay.
Wow.
And there was a big pond, a well, and also a kind of trellis of water flowing around the outside of the land. Definitely better than the last one. We could see the potential start to grow, and there was some moments which felt like you could do something with this.
And look at the views down there, Loz.
Just want to go check out the water source. But it was running down.
So the words we're finding are character. Character signifies,
Character,
we're not the people who
character is always very subjective to each one.
It is, yeah.
Right?
Okay, yeah. Character.
So, yeah.
For me, character is this. It's,
Yeah, I find this place really
it's,
nice.
it's got little
Middle
places.
of the brambles over there we have more one well lost. Not the sea because we have many
Yeah,
brambles,
yeah.
but we have the water.
Yeah, because the water from the well just go by gravity, and that's why they
This one also had a little ruin, which was good to look in.
Yeah, I've seen those, like little.
So after viewing this one, comparing it to the last one,
Cobbles.
we definitely preferred this
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
For it had more
Like
shady
stone, there's
areas,
lots of
more
places,
little
that's why they
places
have
where you
those
could
stones
see us
everywhere.
putting up
Everywhere.
geodesic
So that-
domes or
You just have
different
to start
places
looking
that people
around,
could
wouldn't you?
live.
You just have to start speaking to people and saying.
No, but there's in the villages and
all over, yeah.
there's everywhere. Okay, don't block off.
And with that, we moved on to property number 3. This one, there was an old farmer who was still living here, trying to get rid of his land. So the house was obviously a lot more done, which is a plus because you'd have a place to live with shelter that had more space straight away. You wouldn't have to renovate a ruin, but it was definitely more farmy and rural, which isn't really what we're going for. I think I have a light here as well.
Next thing. Everything you see belongs on property.
Here we have the water, just here.
Whoever calls that.
It was a big piece of land, had a pond. We know that we need water. Now after viewing these properties, we realise we need running water. It's definitely one of our main criteria, not only for cold water therapy that we're planning to do at the healing centre, but also for our drinking water. If it's from a spring, that's a bonus. We don't have to do any filtering or purchase bottled water. At the top of the land there was this nice little secluded area which had some potential. More shade, pine trees, which I love, but it wasn't at the top of our list.
You don't see the house on here? Josep,
So then we moved on to property number 4, the final property of the day, and straight away we could tell this is going to be a winner.
This is really nice. You just need to imagine.
smell it.
Lavender, look, this is beautiful. You just need to imagine this cleared out, okay? There's a lot of trees. shade.
I'm going to be sitting in the shade. He has to do it.
Yeah, we can work.
Get me fit. Hold on a sec.
Okay, here were many olive trees, but they need pruned, need care.
Yeah.
Oh, this is amazing. Before I make my confess. Here you're going to find something that you can find in many places. This is the lichen in the trees. Means 100% pure and natural. Do you see? I think you know that.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Lichen.
Wonderful.
This is amazing.
I could be naked all the time.
Completely, trust me. You can go down. I'll wait for you.
It was much more untouched and very wild, almost like the New Forest in England where we used to live, but in Portugal. So this was the biggest property we viewed by far, and it even had a ruin, which we had to check out. It would definitely be fun renovating that. These beautiful rocks, boulders all over the property. Wow. Yeah.
A nice spot for the drink.
Let's have a drink. Yeah. Yeah. We were definitely into this place as soon as we got there. We liked that wild, untouched land that we can create into something really special for people who come and visit. Nice flat area. Yeah.
Until you hear the car.
Right. Where's it? This one. This one. And you know, like how you set, like we were saying, like you go to the land and then you have to yeah, that's with the other ones. It's less of an understanding, more of like a. Do you know what I mean? Like it's already laid out, and it just kept going and kept going. I thought to myself, this must be pricey.
That's okay.
And definitely above the river. Yeah. Although no orange trees and stuff like that. That's the downside, I guess. Olives there. Yeah. Yeah. And it even had a river bordering the property, which is a big tick in our box. Oh yeah, the water. Yeah, I might actually get in, to be honest. Yeah, I think so. Of course I had to test out the water. I mean, if this was a potential property, you got to see what the water's like. And it was beautiful, so calm, very peaceful. You could tell it'd be a beautiful healing space when people came. And it bordered all along the bottom of the property. quite a long span of river that would have been classed as ours if we decided to purchase the property. The only thing about this land, only two problems were there weren't any fruit trees other than olives. If you wanted drinking water, you'd have to make a borehole, which would cost. But this is by far the best one we've seen so far.
The brambles have on the small stream is the border here. On the right is the property, on the left is the neighbor.
Right.
The border is here.
Cool, cool. I got thought in my yes. When I was climbing through those brambles to get out of the river, I got a thorn in my nipple. Not fun, but it's all part of the journey, right? Whoever's into sadomasochism, that's for you. And so we made our way back to the car.
Fantastic, we love this. It's amazing. That is very special. That is seriously special. Oh. That is seriously special.
Yeah, I'll show you the footage of the river. Like, 'cause that's the thing that you can't on the website. You know.
No, it's very difficult. The pictures are pictures, and sometimes depend on the day we come and the mood we have, and you know, so many things. You know, it's beautiful. When you get out from the main road, it's just amazing, the landscape.
So we've just been to 4 properties in this afternoon. You probably saw a compilation of the different things that we've seen. What's your verdict?
The second one is if we wanted to do a starter property to get ourselves off the ground.
Right.
But that last one for me was just the best. If we could get it at the right place, but I feel that there are other places all over
Like that would be less. So after all that, now we've got to find a place to park for the night that's in the local area. We think we found a place that's kind of near, and also near a couple of lakes.
I'm not too sure about.
It's been a good day, Ada.
Right,
Thank you everyone for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.